Hey, what's happening, Metal? Welcome to the home of Walk and Talk Metal Shit. It's a beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's a good day. Well, I'm not going to do the walk and talk. I'm going to be here, stationary, and speak my mind, a little bit of philosophy and observations I've been seeing for the last, what, 10 months, you know? And I'm going to start out with the video, for the normies out there, aka non net chow. Your average men, women, blue pill, looking for a relationship. And I'm giving a different perspective because I'm trying to put myself as a young man. If let's say hypothetical speaking, between the age of 20 to 31, and how these 9 months have changed Western society. And I'm trying to figure out what these men are doing nowadays with the shutdown. And it's very weird and bizarre this time that we're facing. It's very weird. I never witnessed anything like this in my lifetime. Not not in my lifetime. And if you hear my voice, you know, a lot of content creators, their voices has been crackling in their videos. I can tell because we are facing something that is new. It's new. This shit is new to us. Well, and I'm looking and thinking when I was my younger days and the stuff that I did to meet women. Now, this is not a video about meeting women, anything like that. This is more like an observation regarding uh, what's happening in the dating scenes. And I want to get into it in a little bit. Just bear with me. It's fucking cold out here. So what I'm trying to say, right, it's just I'm wondering what are they doing to meet with each other. Now, the way I see things when it comes down to the philosophy of men going their own way, it should be a volunteering. It should be a volunteering. You learn from your mistakes. You try it once, you try it twice, three times, maybe four times, and you say to yourself, well, you know what? This relationship with the opposite sex is not worth it. It's not really worth it. So I'm just gonna go and do my own way. Go my own thing, do my own thing. That's the philosophy of mental is all about. I don't think mental should be forced for men to go their own way. It should be a volunteer type of thing. But within these 9 months, I'm thinking that men out here in the Western world are being forced to go their own way. Or I go as far as incels. And I'm gonna give you why because I mentioned these topics throughout my videos. And now it's like a prophecy is here. It's kind of weird and bizarre because I mentioned a lot of stuff in my previous video that is taking place right now in this day. So I want to put, you know, uh, some perspective out here. So, you know, I I talked about teachers, how these teacher raping boys in school. Well, the schools are shut down, so we don't have to worry about that. Especially that's one of those things that I mentioned a lot because due to the fact that women, and don't get me wrong, they are rapists. Women teacher are rapists. Anybody who's in power and they take power of a child and have sex with them, well, they are rapists in my books. And we all know that the law, they get these passed with these women. They only get like 1 2 year sentence. But if that was a man, well, he would get big time uh, sentence. So that's a good thing, I guess. But also, these kids nowadays, they're not getting the education. I was reading multiple articles. They're falling behind. They're falling behind. So, that's one thing. Another thing that, of course, I'm talking right here in my state. I'm not talking about different state. In the state of Washington, this is an observation that I'm doing here. Another thing, bars. No bars. We locked down, man. We are locked down here. No bars. So I'm thinking your average 21-year-old to 31, like I said previously, what are they doing? What are they doing? And that's according to the philosophy of mental, right? Before all this happened, it wasn't a good thing to go spend money on skanks, on bars. So this is one observation I think men are going their own way. Forcefully, not voluntarily, but forcefully. No clubs. So there's no clubs, there's no mingling. So I'm wondering what these men doing out there? What kind of outlet they're gonna have? No clubs, no strip clubs. Which I mentioned that me myself, I don't like strip clubs. It's a waste of money, but I think men should have the freedom. If they want to spend money on that, uh, they should have the right to do so. Me myself, I mentioned previous time that I told men do not spend money on strip clubs. It's a waste of money, but they force. So there's no strip clubs, no strip clubs. One of the things that I enjoy, and this is one of my things, this lockdown and stuff like that, it hasn't affected me that much due to the lifestyle that I live at. But this is one of the things that has affected me a little bit because I'm a content creator. So I go to Starbucks in the lobby and use their Wi-Fi. I got Wi-Fi at home, but sometimes I like to have one of their nasty coffees and just observe people. And the Wi-Fi over there is super fast. And I see that, these out there crazy leftists and homeless and stuff like that. We got Starbucks out here like McDonald's. So there's no Starbucks, and I see a lot of meetings took place in Starbucks, business meetings, uh, people dating. They go out there and dating what they call coffee date and shit like that. Well, none of that. That's gone. That's gone. Gone with the wind. Movie theaters. So uh, people, especially some men out there, they like to take women on dates on the movie theater, which I told them it's ridiculous because the movie theater nowadays is expensive. But there's no option. There's no option for anyone to go out there. So movie theaters are gone with the wind. Restaurants. I made a video regarding to restaurants, and they had these women. It was trending like a couple years ago. They called themselves food diggers. Food diggers. They were out there digging food, like gold diggers, but they were food diggers, and they went out there, used men for restaurants and dinners and breakfast, and they skip from one man to another, and these poor suckers out there were paying their dinners and stuff like that. Well, you can meet them anymore because there's no restaurants out here. And of course, I'm talking about here. Well, they had these new thing, this new trending thing was happening within the last 2 years too, where not that many people was going to the clubs, but they were going to the gym, and they were calling the gym the new club. And men and women, they're going out there, meeting each other and doing gym shit. Me myself, I don't go to the gym. This is my gym, the nature here. I do my walking 3-4 times a week. This is the exercise that I do. And when I got time and I'm in the mood, I make a video like I'm doing right now. So no gym. The new club is gone. This is another thing that affected me. I got this little gig out there in Seattle during the football season. I work in the front of the stadium out there. Private owned businessman. One of my friends owns there, a couple stands and stuff like that. And professional sports, football, you name it, close. And that's affected a lot of business, especially small business. And one of the things I like to go out there and out there in the stadium in Seattle, it never was disappointed. It was never disappointed to me. And I'll tell you this, every time that the game was over, I'm covered up with smokes and shit like that. And there was always one lady that the boyfriend left them behind because they got so drunk. And the boyfriend pretty much broke up with her at the scene out there. Every time for the last 3 years, some chick got behind and crying on the phone, why you left me behind, why you left me behind. And to me, I found that very thrilling and very funny, And that was one of those things about my outing that I like to do. Watch this this a couple break up right there. So yeah, no casinos. No casinos. So I don't know, how nowadays people are meeting. And of course I'm talking about my state. Casinos shut down. So, and I found casinos stupid. Me, myself, I don't, like I said previously, this is an observation that I'm making out here regarding to men and women and normies and blue pills. I don't know what they're doing with themselves. I don't know. No music concert. So let's say you, a man and a woman, want to go to a concert or public event, anything like that. Well, you can have that either. Because right here, it's shut down in my state. And this is one thing that also that I've noticed, and everybody has noticed, and everybody have the statistic and stuff like that. The suicide is outrageous. And I'm a content creator. I talk about male suicides. Men are the number one who commit suicides and prosecute suicide and go full blast with suicide. Now, this is some disturbing news that I read the other day, that 20% of active duty committed suicide within the last 3 months. 20%. And you got to bear in mind that out there in the military base is more strict than it's on the outside. Now, when you take all the elements that I mentioned, that these men out there don't have any outlet and they stuck in a military base, the only option they see themselves is commit suicide. Because right here in this state, and I think there's a lot of states just like this one, we are in a no zone. No fun, no this, no that. Everything is no. So people are not handling this lockdown very well. They're not. They're not handling this lockdown very well. Like I said previously, my lifestyle hasn't changed much, besides a few things here and there. But sometimes I find it amazing and surprising how people are getting along just to go along. Meaning, I understand. Well, I don't understand. I'm against the whole mask situation myself. What I understand is people, they actually trick their mask. When I mean trick their mask, they designed their mask. They designing the muscle in different colors and different diamonds and stuff, and they got matched outfit with the muscle. They pretty much tripping out their own handcuff. Well, fellas out there, this is just an observation that I'm doing out here as a content creator, philosopher, whatever you want to call me. And I'm just reflecting on those young men. What are they doing? Because the nature of men and women is going to be like that. We are the exception, us MGTOW. We got experience. We know how to deal with women. We understand women nature. We get them. We don't hate them. We understand them. But at the same time, you got to look at it. Men are going to be men, and women are going to be women. And somehow, some way, men need to learn the lesson, or not, or whatever. But it has to have some kind of freedom of participation regarding in the matter of life. You have to. You can't be locking people down. Think of the future, what these men can be. This is a matter of time before these men become violent and start doing crime act, because they don't have no other source or outlet to take the frustration. That's the way I see things. We live in a very strange world, fellas out there. And I just put in myself as the age of my sons, 22, I'm wondering, things have changed. Things have changed. So to conclude the video, I think MGTOW prophesied what would happen. We told the man, do not do this, do not engage this. Now, it's not. We're telling them because it's bad for you, because we live in a gynocentric government. But they are forced by the government not to do it. And that's the whole purpose of the video. Well, fellas, MGTOW, like I always say, well, before I go, I do this live stream out there and pot beans almost nightly. So, like I always say, fellas out there, peace, stay MGTOW. I definitely catch your next podcast or video.